Hello. So today you are going to be looking at how we actually do penguin breeding programs in zoos. So we looked last time at hippo and all of the different ways that humans are impacting these organisms. And zoos and breeding programs are really, really important for us to actually look at penguins and other animals in order to keep their populations healthy. But we need to make sure that these populations are also genetically healthy, that they are not inbred. So, at each of the lab tables in the back, you are going to get a sheet, and on one side, it looks like this and says, "We are family," and it has a picture of a pedigree up on top. And then you are going to get an assigned penguin to make a pedigree for. If your assigned penguin has a stud number, and I will show you what that is in a second, higher than 250, you should concentrate your work on charting the ancestry, so the parents and the grandparents. So you know that your penguin is a young penguin, and you need to look at the parents and the grandparents of that penguin. Okay? If your assigned penguin has a stud number lower than 250, you should work on the progeny, so children and the grandchildren of your penguin. Okay? You're going to want to look carefully at examining the stud book on the back of the handout to discern which penguins are part of your family tree. Not all penguins will be used. Okay? So, what you are going to do is use tabletop markers and draw out your pedigrees on the tabletops. So, just for example, on the back, and every table has a different one, you are going to look at your penguin. So, for example, if you are mapping out the penguin named Piggy, this stud number is 132. So, that is lower than 250. So that means that we have to work on the progeny, so the children and the grandchildren of this penguin. Okay. So this penguin is penguin number 132. The sex of this penguin is female. And then they have a sire and a dam. So in a breeding program, the sire is going to be the male, so this penguin's dad, and the dam is going to be the female. Okay. So if we're looking at this, for example, in this book, Piggy is stud number 132. If I look over here in the dams, I see number 132. So that means that Piggy is Beaker's mom. And I see 132 in these two as well. Piggy is also the mom of Fozzie and Gonzo. Okay, so I can look through and I can start to make my pedigree based off of this information. And if we look at this, to make Fozzie and Gonzo, this dam was bred with sire 154. However, because they're animals, to make Beaker, she was bred with sire 211. And you can find some of these in the stud books as well. So I want you guys to try to make your family tree and then answer the analysis questions down below. After you complete this part, you will be doing another worksheet looking at this MK number. MK means mean kinship. This MK number, when it is really, really low, so 0.005, that means that that penguin is not very closely related to the rest of the penguins. When our MK number is higher, so an MK number of 0.2 would actually be pretty high, that penguin is going to be closely related to the other penguins in this group. So that means out of all of these, Bunsen is the most inbred and Piggy is the least inbred penguin. And we can use these MK numbers to set up breeding programs in zoos. So that is the next part that you are going to be looking at for today. So I hope that made sense. Get to work.